Hello there, everybody. Hello there. Oh dear, I should probably put this, this shouldn't be in front of me. My VTuber should always be on top. No, I'm a sub. I'm not really on top. Okay, hello everybody. And welcome to the stream. Can you hear me fine? Does my BGM need to be a little lower? If you could confirm or deny, that would be very helpful. Oh, please, capture card. No, please, webcam, please capture me properly. I don't want to blink. I might see if maybe it'll be better to have the camera below my head rather than just above it. Give us a second. I'm wondering if maybe that'll do any better for me. I'm moving around, sorry. Big sorries. This is all a bit weird, isn't it? I'm just wondering if maybe because I'm high up, it's like struggling to track me in that regard. Oh no, I killed it. I killed the microphone stand. I don't know, is that better? Is that a much better track? I feel like maybe I could have it a little higher. I don't know, now it looks like I'm looking down on you guys. That's not really what I had in mind. Maybe I should lower my chair instead. That might. I think that's fine, is it? I mean, I don't think I can have it much further down than it is. But I do guess it's tracking my eyes better, so that's something. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Bit scuffed, I know, I apologize for that. I think the background music could be a little quieter. I really don't want it to be too loud. I want you to be able to hear me. And maybe for my mouth to be tracked a little better. So yeah, I came back a few hours ago from watching One Piece Film Red. And I suppose the first thing I'm going to say is, it's good. As a big One Piece fan, for like, I think I started watching it about 2007. That's 15 years ago. That's, oh my goodness. It makes you think, doesn't it? It makes you realize just how long One Piece has been going on for. It started in 1997, I believe, and that's just crazy to think. And nearly 1,050 episodes. That is pretty crazy if you ask me. I don't know about you guys, but I think that is pretty impressive. So, I'm going to have a little bit of a talk about the film first, and then we're going to play some OG Slime Rancher. So, first things first. Spoiler alert. There are going to be some spoilers in this discussion about the film. So, mute the stream until you see a chat message from me, not anyone else, from me, that says you can unmute it. Because I don't want to spoil things for anyone who's not watched it yet and wants to watch it. So we better make sure we do that, don't we? I really wish I could make this webcam. My webcam, my position is like right in the middle. And nothing I can do can make my view better than this. Although, thinking about it, maybe I can put it on my smaller monitor. I do spend a lot of my time looking at it as well. I forget it can like change the actual webcam's positioning. Where's my Let's raise this chair. Oh god damn. No, no, everything's ruined. Everything's getting ruined. I'm just I'll sort this out first. I apologize for this. Hey, hey. Oh. I think I've cracked it. I think I've got the perfect viewpoint here. Or maybe not. This is really unfortunate. Why can't it just track my eyes like normal? I'm definitely gonna have to find some sort of middle ground. Like somewhere I could like put it like in the middle. So then my eye tracking would go well. Nothing I seem to try works. But hey, okay, so yeah, spoiler alert, mute the chat, mute until you get a chat message from me confirming that the spoilers are over and you can unmute it, and then we can enjoy Slime Wrench together. See, I think you've had enough time to do that now, after all the technical issues, so just let me just pull up my notepad, because I made a load of notes. So you guys can hopefully enjoy what I'm about to do. Now I'm a person who wears glasses. If I wasn't wearing glasses, I'm sure my eyes would track so much better than it does. Anyone who's like me will probably know the pains of eye tracking with glasses on, because it just seems to track what you don't want it to track. Or maybe it's just my webcam that's bad. It could very well be that, to be honest, because this is suffering. I'd have thought having the NVIDIA... Hold on. I can barely see. I'm just going to recalibrate with my glasses on. See if that will change anything. Okay, I think that's the best we're gonna get it, so if it doesn't work from here, I'm sorry, we're just gonna have to deal with it. So anyway, if you're muted, I think we can start, so let's bring up the menu. Okay. So firstly, my expectations of the story versus the actual reality of the story. So when I went into this film, I was expecting it to be the story of Uta and her being pursued whilst on a musical tour by a few bands of like new pirates, potentially one with like a really dangerous devil fruit that we hadn't seen yet. And the Straw Hats just happened to be there when it actually happened. Maybe the new unknown pirate captain could be super powerful devil fruit user who would kidnap her, and the Luffy and the crew would have to save the day and, you know, save her. But the reality, and here's where the spoilers are going to start, so one last 10-second wait for you to mute yourselves if you don't want... Mute me if you don't want to hear it. Okie doke, that's about 10 seconds. So the reality is, Uta was doing her first ever live show. And it did look like at first that I might have been right in my assumption of a new pirate group, like, kidnapping her. But it turned out that this new pirate crew was literally just like just a filler crew, you know, they weren't dangerous at all. But it was made more dangerous when when some of Big Mom's pirates came. Apparently Big Mom wanted her as well, for whatever reason. I'm not sure what that was, the whole thing was about. And yeah, but, you know, it revealed that she was actually powerful herself, and she was able to repel them. Which, you know, if you've gotten to Whole Cake, you know Big Mom's pirates are pretty powerful. It was Oven and Brulee, if you remember. Brule was hardly a big threat in that arc. She was a bit of a comic relief. So yeah, we later find out that it's actually a devil fruit she had. And, you know, she was really, you know, it really made her out to be powerful. She was able to restrain all these enemies really easily. You know, even though the Straw Hats jumped in, they weren't needed. So, you know, that was pretty interesting. So yeah, so after that whole issue, during the concert, Uta goes to them and asks how they're doing. And, you know, asks about what Luffy's doing and what, you know, he's aiming to be. King of the Pirates, we know. And she does not like that answer. She does really not like that answer at all. She tries to convince him to just give up and, you know, just hang out with her forever. And, you know, Luffy's like, nah, I'm afraid not. I need to fulfill my dreams. And that's when Uta attacks. Now, I was so surprised. I did not expect Uta to be the antagonist of the movie. Considering I watched the filler before going to the cinema. And, you know, they had a really close relationship in that when they were kids. And it was really sad to see, you know, them going at odds at each other. And she wants to stay for her new Genesis, which was literally, basically she wanted to, like, make it so that everyone in the world could be equal and happy. Which is a very admirable goal. But how she chooses to go about it is not really very good, you know. I mean, a lot of people say Big Mom. You know, she's not really a bad person. She's just, you know, she just has the wrong mindset. And I can see that. I can understand that. And, you know, it's literally like Yandere, Uta shows up. One of my friends who's a really good artist, he did some fan art of Uta, and I thought it's like, wait, why is she Yandere? And, you know, that was pretty entertaining. So Uta's role in the film, next, her role is actually embedded deep in the past, because like I said earlier, there was filler about, you know, when Shanks was at the Windmill Village in the Goa Kingdom, where Luffy lived. And, you know, we got to see them, like, forge a deep friendship, which was really sweet. So, you know, basically on one of the journeys they went on, they discovered this, like, island of music, which is actually where the concert in the main portion of the movie is based. What was it? She was basically you see during the filler that the red-haired pirate Shanks's crew were actually blamed for destroying that island, which had a like musical school, and the way all the students in there, it reminded me of Hogwarts. It really did. It was like they were like in different like colored outfits and cloaks and stuff. It really had that Hogwartsy vibe to it. It was kind of weird. But yeah, she wakes up on the night they say the dinner before they go and leave, and basically, the guy who like looks after her afterwards basically told her that, you know, Shanks like destroyed the island, and, you know, ran away, which is really sad. It really was sad. And so yeah. So as she's like learning to sing, and, you know, honing her voice, because there's only limited like news that reaches their island now since it's like deserted apart from her and her teacher. Yeah, she learns of all the horrible things pirates are doing and what done, which is mainly why she decided to formulate this plan. This plan to make everyone equal and live in a land of happiness, because mentioned before, she had a new devil fruit, the Sing Sing fruit, you know, obviously. And basically in that, god damn it, eye tracking, please. Why can't you track me properly? Is it just my webcam's dirty, maybe? I'm gonna wipe the lens. Give me a second, guys. I need to sort this eye tracking issue out because it's driving me nuts, and it has driven me nuts for like the longest time. I don't even know where I put the screen cleaner. Okay. Alright, that's plenty. I guess looking away from my camera is basically making it lose tracking of my eyes, and that's probably why it keeps happening. I could literally have this in front of me. Why do I have it on the second monitor? I mean, seriously. So yeah, so her sing through power, basically if you hear her singing, you'll be put into a deep sleep, and your subconscious will be transferred to this sing dimension that she has dominion over. And you know, that's why she got all upset and attacked Luffy's group when they tried to leave. I mean, they couldn't actually leave because, you know, they were actually in the smile dimension, as are a load of other characters. So in the second act is where, you know, Luffy manages to escape from Uta thanks to I don't know if anyone remembers Bartholomew from the arc with Doflamingo, one of Luffy's like crew. You know, a lot of characters you see were actually drawn there because they're all big fans of Uta. Some of them more than others. Some only came because, you know, one of their crew wanted to see. And, you know, that's kind of cute. Like with Trafalgar Law, it's just because his polar bear friend wanted to go. He's a big fan. So yeah, the Navy and the world government, the Five Elders, learn of her plan and her powers of her fruit. So they basically send a load of like Navy to go after her. But a lot of them get like sucked in themselves. You'll see like Kobe and that other guy from the very first few episodes. And it was very interesting to see that, you know, because her plan basically involves like trapping everyone in the in the sing dimension forever. And that is you know, which would pretty much like wipe out humanity on the face of the earth, wouldn't it? If they were trapped in their subconscious. But they can die in real life, so, you know, I kind of don't understand the logic in trapping everyone's subconscious in there. Because they could literally, like, people could have literally died during their unconscious part, and that would have been really bad. So yeah, Trafalgar Law and Bartholomew help save Luffy, while the Straw Hats are, like, captured by her. So, you know, she actually confronts her teacher later on after Luffy and that go and see him and learn more about what happened afterwards when she stayed behind. And that was pretty cool. I did quite enjoy that. You know, how she continued to hone her singing talents. Because she was considered a generational talent, even in a music school, like Hogwartsy, like music school. So, you know, she's obviously got super talent. And a lot of her musical performances, all the songs in it were really good. I enjoyed all of them. So yeah, when she confronts her teacher, after hunting down Luffy, Bartholomew, and Law, she reveals that, you know, she found there was this special, like, musical score that can summon, like, a Devil King. And she's gotten a hold of it, just in case she needs to use it. Just in case people try and interfere with her plan, you know. And that was pretty interesting. So, you know, she can actually go between the Sing Sing world and the real world because, you know, she's the user of the fruit, so she's able to like, she's like controlling two of herself, like her smile dimension self and the one in the real world, where, you know. So basically, in order to keep the Sing Sing dimension going, she has to, like, stay awake. If she falls asleep, then the power stops. So she ends up eating these forbidden, like, wake shrooms, which are basically mushrooms that will cause her to stay awake. But as you know, the body is not designed to never sleep. So ultimately, eating that fruit is, like, detrimental to her health, and it's slowly killing her. But if she dies, then anyone who's trapped in that dimension is trapped forever. So she wanted to stay awake long enough to trap everyone in the world, in the whole world there. She's also like, there's these special transponder snails that could like live stream basically. It's basically throwing in a load of like modern things into the One Piece world, which is kind of funny when you think about it. So yeah, that's when the Navy, led by Fujimaru, the blind one, the blind guy with the gravity fruit powers, shows up with another admiral and a load of soldiers. And they come prepared. They know of Uta's power, and if they hear her singing, then they basically get trapped under it. But then she reveals that she can actually control the bodies of the people she's got in the Sing Sing dimension. I keep saying smile. I don't know why. So yeah, she's able to control them like a puppet army. Even controlling the players like Trafalgar Law and that. She's able to control them, and they are able to fight. They fight off the Navy soldiers and basically remove the ear protectors and stuff, so that those soldiers get under her spell and can be used against them as well, which is pretty cool. Her power is very powerful, you know. When you see her first fight against the jellyfish pirates and the brulee and oven of the big mum pirates, you know, she overpowers them so easily. But then it's already been revealed that, you know, they're already in her dimension, so she's basically got power over them already. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, so in the final act, basically, Luffy tries his best to reason with Uta. Like, you know, she feels Shanks abandoned her, and pirates are evil. You know, all pirates are bad, so, you know, he tries to reason with her, and the teacher basically reveals the truth to her. But apparently she already knew. Like, she found, like, a special, like, transponder snail that recorded the events of the night that the place burned down. So she learns the truth. I won't spoil that, because, you know, I know anyone who's still listening to me now is probably already seen the movie, so they already know what's happened. But just in case someone jumps in, I'm not going to reveal every major plot point. I'll skim over some of it. Don't worry. And, yeah. And she goes to kill Luffy in the real world after he fails to convince her to stop. But that's when, of course, Shanks arrives. Now, the movie does know that Shanks basically said he wasn't going to see Luffy until he became king of the pirates. So he does actually... So the movie does a very clever way of like keeping them apart in the movie while also working together in the final fight. So yeah, unfortunately, of course, Uta's like close to dying at this point, and Shanks tries to give her medicine to save her life, but she rejects it because after everything, people are still trapped. So she has to sing to release them from it because of how long they've been trapped in there. It basically was like, we can't get out. We need a guiding voice. So yeah, she sings one last song and lets everyone free of her dimension. And I have to say, my overall impressions, I have only ever watched One Piece film Gold other than this movie for One Piece. I know there are loads of movies and some of them are like recaps of arcs. But I did actually really enjoy this movie. I enjoyed it more than Gold. And maybe it's because I adore Uta, which is why the ending is so bittersweet. It's really sad, and they leave it open-ish to her fate. I had to look it up. I had to look up if she survived or not, and of course the wiki says status unknown. So we don't actually know if she lived or not. Since the movie doesn't confirm or deny it, they could literally do... Oda could do whatever he wants with that. So yeah, that's it. And I have to say, I'm going to post the message now saying you can unmute. Oh wait, I'm not... I need to sign in. I need to log in on Twitch. Are you kidding me? I can't even remember what my password is. I'm just gonna have to open my browser and do it that way. So yeah, it was great. The whole like build up to that final fight in particular was really cool. There was loads of like really nice choreography in that. It was really enjoyable. Oh, okay. Thanks, Hermit. Thanks for that. Although I did say that I'd be the one to say it, just in case people could just say, you know, people could just say whatever they wanted then, couldn't they? Anyway, I think you're the only one here, Hermit, so I don't really think I'd spoiled it for many people. I could just get rid of these as well, basically just to say, okay, we're done now. Okay, that's another way I could do it, because my browser won't open now, which is so annoying. So I take it you've watched the movie, Hermit. What did you think? Or maybe you just didn't care, so you just waited. Okay. So yeah, okay, that was my impressions of the film, and I really enjoy it. If you're a fan of One Piece and haven't, you know, are waiting to watch it in the cinema, because it's not out everywhere yet. It came out later here than it did in, say, Germany. So hopefully you all enjoyed that. Okay. So just let me. I need to get rid of the popcorn. Just give me a second. So, with that said, everyone, we can finally play a game. Now, I know you've been looking forward to this. Also, my new Pokemon month commission is finished. You will see it on the schedule posted up tomorrow, Sunday at midday, Greenwich Mean Time. So with that said, we can finally. Oh yeah, I need to. Oh man, I need to. Just need to make some changes. I'll be back. I'll be right back, guys. Be right back.